Welcome to the LoveSeat Podcast. Ladies, it's time to talk about love, life, and everything in between. Get ready for transparency, inspiring stories, expert advice, and exclusive interviews. This is the LoveSeat Podcast.
Hey, well, lovely evening to everyone, and welcome to the LoveSeat Podcast. I am your girl, Corinda Dion, and I am so happy that you have tuned in with us tonight. This is a special night for us. This is our season 1 finale of the LoveSeat Podcast, and I just want to thank my fabulous, beautiful co-hosts who have been amazing. I just know you all feel it too. They have been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Sherry Monet. Yes. Thank you so much, Coach Pam. Thank you so much, Andrea. And thank you so much, Rose Bacante. Ladies, how are you doing tonight?
Good.
Yes.
Fine. Great.
Listen, are we ready to party tonight? We ready to, you know what I'm saying? It's our season 1 finale. You know, we gotta bring it extra tonight. Yeah, you know, like we gotta do that thing tonight. And so if you're joining us, we thank you so much. Some of you have been tuning in to the LoveSeat Podcast from our very first episode. And so we are so grateful for you. And we hope that you are ready to gear up for season 2 when we come back in September. We'll take a little break in August, you know, a little breathing room here. So we're going to take a little break in August, but we'll be back in September kicking off season 2, and you do not want to miss it. But here at the LoveSeat Podcast, we want to make sure that you are loving yourself fully, freely, and unconditionally. And again, we have an amazing show tonight for you. So ladies, you know, I said, you know, we have to really give a little extra tonight. We got to, you know, put our party hat on. Somebody came with a party hat. I know somebody did. I know. I am tardy for the party. I'm tardy. Yes. I love it. I love the party hats. I love it. And you know I love that pink, Rose. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's my color.
Yeah, I'm loving that pink. I'm loving it. So listen, ladies, I gotta ask this since it's our season finale and we're talking about partying and, you know, bringing it live tonight and kicking it up a notch. You know, let's talk about being the life of the party. Now, I'm curious, out of all of my co-hosts, beautiful co-hosts, who is the life of the party? Now, I'm going to tell y'all straight up, it's definitely not me, okay? Because even when I used to go to the club, I was that girlfriend that was holding the coats and the drinks and holding up the wall. I mean, I may have done a 2-step, but I was not the life of the party by no means. So who was the life of the party? Some of y'all were. I know you were.
Yeah, definitely me. Yeah, it could be 5 people in the party. I don't care.
What?
I don't care. I will be the only person. I'm the chick that you'd be like, she is the only person on the dance floor dancing. Singing to the DJ. That's me. Like, it'd be me and the DJ.
You and the DJ all together.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm cool with that. When I go out, I don't go out a lot. But even when I was younger, to me, the whole purpose of going out is to party.
Yeah.
You can't do that sitting at the table or hold the coats.
I know. That was me. I mean, I enjoy dressing up and looking cute, but no. Andrew, I saw you put your heart up. So you the life of the party. Oh, wait, Andrea, unmute yourself so we can hear what you got to say.
I went out with my coworkers for work, and it was like a little sports bar, not a whole lot of people, but they had a dance floor. And when the music came on, I was on the dance floor, and my boss, everybody was like, wait a minute. Hayes on the dance floor? Like, because I'm the one that, you know, come in, I'm praying, I'm doing everything. Like, yes, I'm going to dance. I'm going to shake my body, y'all.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to drink, but I'm going to be on that dance floor getting it.
Yeah.
Angel, you was on the dance floor getting it. Okay, so Rose, Coach Pam, where do y'all lie? Tell me.
I'm where
I'm with you, Corinda. I am not the life of the party. I love parties. I love everything about them. That's what I do for our business. But I'm a spectator.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good title. I'm a spectator.
I'm a spectator. So,
Coach Pam, what about you?
Well, when that Cuba Shuffle song come on, I have to get up, whether I'm, in a sports bar or on a cruise. That song come on. Hey,
that Cuba Shuffle come on. You on that floor?
I'm on the floor.
Oh wow! So okay, that's a good leeway. So do any of you all have some dance songs, like if this, let's say you on a cruise like Coach Pam said, or you are out at an affair and DJ is playing some music and our producer DJ Ron, he also is a DJ. Ron, our producer, is a DJ too, so I'm sure he can relate to the music and dancing. But do you all have like a song, like when it comes on, everything you stop everything, you hit the floor?
I don't have like a perfect song or anything, but if I hear some salsa music, I'm on the dance floor.
So you like salsa music?
Oh yeah, my husband cracks jokes on me and say I'm Latino because I'm lost.
that salsa got soul in it.
That's something to me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. And you know what? I might can see a little something in, I don't know. Yeah.
Dancing is like going to the gym with heels on. And
really?
Salsa dancing is good cardio. It is excellent cardio.
Yeah. I feel like you got to stay on beat though,
Yeah.
And if you dance with somebody that knows how to dance salsa,
yes.
Good.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So Sherry, do you have a particular song, or you agree with Andrea that
I'm like Andrea. It can be a type of music. Like I love West Indian music. I love dancehall music. I love reggae. I love 80s music, rap, R&B, rock. You throw some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said it's you and the DJ all day, so it don't matter what you play.
Reggae. Balls on, and I'm gonna get out there.
Oh my God. Sherry, Sherry, are you the type that if you'll take your shoes off and you'll keep dancing, or you'll keep your shoes on?
I wear comfortable shoes to clubs because I used to be that chick. I can't do shoes and the dancing. One of them gotta go, and it's not gonna be the dancing.
Oh my gosh, Rose, what about you? Do you have any kind of favorite dance song that gets you going?
I don't. I'm really a spectator. I don't have much rhythm. I'm not so. But if the Cupid Shuffle comes on, yes.
You'll just keep it shuffle.
I sure will. Yeah, I'll get out there with that. Yes.
Okay. Now I do know how to do that. I don't know how to do the wobble. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, I love the wobble. You gotta love the wobble.
So you have to teach me how to do the wobble. I don't know how to do that. But I will tell y'all this. Now I'm from B-More. Y'all know I'm from B-More. Y'all see my husband walking in the background. Now, I told my husband that we will be live, and I don't have a background on tonight, so you're gonna be seen. He's just walking. It's the season finale. Hey, I didn't talk about him on the show. I guess he said, let me show up. But listen, y'all know I'm from B-More. And so B-More, we do house music. That's the thing for B-More, is house music. But I really don't like house music. But if you play some go-go music, I love go-go music. I will get on the floor for go-go music. I will get on the floor for Rare Essence, Chuck Brown. Like, I will get on the floor for them. So anyway, okay. Yeah. I may not spectate that much, Rose, if they play some go-go.
That sounds right.
And just wear a pair of Converses, like some cute Converse shoes.
Oh
boy, don't wear no heels because I'm
gonna have to step up my dance game. All right, listen. If you're just joining us, we are so glad that you've tuned in to the LoveSeat Podcast. Thank you so much. We got somebody tuning in from West Africa, Ghana. Hey, welcome to the LoveSeat Podcast. Hey, we're sending love all the way to West Africa. So glad that you joined us. But thank you so much for joining us on the LoveSeat Podcast, where we love ourselves freely, fully, and unconditionally. And before we get more into our show, Coach Pam, can you tell our listeners, how are you loving yourself tonight?
Well, I went and got some sunshine today, some vitamin D. And I went for a massage.
Oh,
I feel great all over.
I see you glowing. I see you glowing. Listen, Coach Pam said she feel great all over. So listen, y'all, Coach Pam is coming with it tonight. She missed last week. She was traveling. We missed you last week, Coach Pam. So we're real happy to have you back. Yes. But that's good. Vitamin D, get in some sun. You know, I tell women that I work with, get sun before 11 a.m.
I did it.
Did you? Before 11 o'clock. It's good. Get your serotonin going so you can be focused, creative, thoughtful, productive. So I like that, Coach Pam. That's a good way to love yourself. Yeah, that's a real good way to love yourself. So I'm so glad to to have us here to talk about how we're loving ourselves, how we are just going to take the LoveSeat Podcast to the next level and do great things as we close season 1 and as we move forward to season 2. Up next, we are going to get Mo Rich with Sherry Monet. So Sherry, what do you have for us tonight? I'm ready. I got my pen and paper, Sherry. Yes, much love. So go ahead and break it down for us tonight.
Okay, so today, again, I'm Sherry Monet of Mortgage-Land Enterprise, Inc., where we help professionals and entrepreneurs create their credit to wealth strategies. And today, I'm going through the Solomon, Doing Business the Solomon Way, Principle 2. So in the very first episode, I went through all the 3 top principles. Definitely go back and watch every episode. We drop so many gems. All of us ladies, it's good to watch a few times. But so today, what we're going to talk about is what Solomon did in his second step or phase of understanding his financial freedom. And what he did was he knew now that he's got the wisdom, because that was principle 1, was getting the wisdom and the knowledge. So now he needs to look for the right things, right? So he's got the wisdom and knowledge, but he needs to be able to apply it in the right way. So what he did was when he understood that he needed the right guidance, he started to look for the right kind of resources. And for him, that was trade. Was trading items from his land to other lands, getting to know the other people. But he talked to God about his purpose, right? So when he couldn't find success in his purpose, he knew that was because he didn't have the proper network. He didn't have the right wise counsel. So he went to God first, asked for the knowledge and wisdom. Got that principle. Now he's looking at what is he looking for in building these relationships. So Proverbs 24:6 says, "For by wise counsel you will wage war on your war, and in a multitude of counselors there is safety." So basically, what God was explaining to him is like, now that you have this wisdom and this knowledge, you need to have the right choice. So you need to have the wisdom to be able to share with others across the language. I mean, you got to learn dialect. You know, they didn't all speak one language. They had to, and you got to think about the travel. So they had to learn different languages throughout their journey. They had to be able to communicate. He used his principles and won that wisdom and knowledge, and he started to travel, and he started to build this network of wise counsel. Kings and queens who were wealthy in their own land. Now Solomon is going and not only doing business with them, but he's getting into personal relationships. Now we all know Solomon had 700 wives. Well, guess where he got all of those wives from? Throughout this journey of setting up his wise counsel that he could do business with. Marrying daughters of kings. And he was building these relationships personally. The marriage and also through the finances, through the trade. So he understood that he needed to be in wise counsel, and he needed to be wise in his own counsel, which is why he was able to have 700 wives. Because y'all know, one woman to drive a man crazy. He had 700 wives, and they were all from different lands with their own cultures, their own religious practices. But Solomon's mindset was on building his wealth. So he knew that was good. So that's the second principle, is to consider what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that when you are getting your wisdom and your knowledge from God so you can learn how to properly use your finances, that you have to make sure that you're around people who are like-minded. And that's really my takeaway, is being around people that's like-minded, because you can't care about your wealth and then be around people who don't really care about building wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Conversations are going to look different, and your thoughts are going to look different, which means your energy is going to drive into a different place, which is a very important thing, because we all know energy in the whole is the spirit of God. It is the light of this world with the human bodies make, right? So we know that when we walk in the right energy, God is there, right? Because he's going to give you the wisdom and the knowledge to move through that moment. And making sure that you have wise counsel with the proper energy is only going to benefit you more financially. And I've definitely seen that in the past 7 months of my life.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's a great takeaway. And that's really it. I just felt like Solomon teaches us so much more than just about love.
Yeah.
Really take the time to get to know him as a businessman. Definitely change your trajectory on wealth.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. Listen, ma'am, you always bring it. Hey, Samantha. I think I just saw Samantha join in. Oh my gosh, so good to see you, Samantha. We used to, when I was in Maryland, we attended the same church. Big shout out to TLP. Much love to them. So good to see you, Samantha. But Sherry Monet, that is very, very important and very imperative what you said. And I like how you said, okay, now that you have the wisdom and knowledge, now it's time to apply it, right? And so you talked about, for Solomon, it was trade, it was travel, and it was network, right? So once you have the wisdom and knowledge, ladies, once God gives you that as a businesswoman, right? And now it's time to apply that. You want to think about trade, you want to think about network, and you want to think about travel, moving and getting outside of your box, meeting people of different cultures and nationalities and backgrounds, and learning how to do business with others. So, Sherry, I think that was powerful. I don't even think that was powerful. Yeah. Anybody else want to share anything before we move on?
I love that you talked about surrounding yourself with the right people and like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so important. And Solomon did do that.
Yeah.
He absolutely did.
Look at the circle.
Yeah, that circle.
Yeah.
So, as you're growing and getting more rich with Sherry Monet, take a look, as we're ending season 1 finale, take a look at your circle, your network. Take a look at who is a part of your circle, business-wise, network-wise. Who are you surrounded with? Who are you making business deals and decisions with? Who are you coming to the table with to sign contracts with? I'm just saying, you need to know the company you keep. So that's good stuff. Thank you, Sherry Monet. Yeah, I'm just saying, much love. Yes.
Much love.
I love how you have used Solomon to teach us so much regarding our finances. And I'm excited to hear what Coach Pam has to say next. But I think we've got an event coming up soon. And Rose, as soon as Ron gets that up for us, you can share some more information.
Yes, we do. We have our very own Corinda is a part of a women's brunch. She's a special guest on August 20th at 11 a.m. And this is going to be held in Dallas, North Carolina at, I believe that is Fancy Hill Baptist Church.
Yeah, shout out to Fancy Hill Baptist Church in Dallas, North Carolina. That's it.
It's a women's brunch. So this is an opportunity for you to meet people, detox, have fun, fellowship. There's going to be giveaways, and it's going to be an exciting time, especially when you come together as women to share and to be a part of this wonderful emotional detox.
Yeah.
To learn how to be a better service, because we can't be of service if we're weighed down.
I'm just saying. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose, so much for that. And before Coach Pam, it's time to get well with Coach Pam. But before you bring forth your segment, Coach Pam, I want to thank you. I just hosted an emotional detox workshop this past Saturday. It was hosted by a woman with vision, who is the charitable partner for Corinda Dion LLC. But Coach Pam, how did you enjoy the workshop? Just give me some feedback. What did you think about it?
I thought it was an awesome workshop. I liked several things that you said. One of the things I liked was you said to write down everything that people have said about you. And it could have been even from your childhood. Negative things that's been said, write it down and tear it up.
Yeah.
Just thought that was awesome. It was just so awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Thank you for that support. And so listen, you've got the floor. Like I said, we missed you last week. You were traveling. We're so glad that you had safe travels. And that massage and that vitamin D and that I'm telling you, Coach Payne, you're glowing now. You special tonight. So what you got for us? We need to feel healthy and well with Coach Pam. So Coach Pam, what you got for us tonight?
I'm speaking about a renewed mind. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So what is the mind? It's the part of a person that thinks, reasons, feels, and remembers. Our minds and bodies are connected. Research shows people with mental health issues are at risk for chronic physical conditions. The past 2 years have been very challenging to all of us due to COVID. Healthcare workers going to work, hoping they did not bring COVID to their families. Schools shut down. Parents had to learn to assist their kids with homeschooling. Teachers had to learn how to teach their kids online. And some people jobs shut down or there was layoffs. This has caused some families to have financial issues, and some people have lost their cars and homes. And there's also been a lot of loss and grief of loved ones. All this has caused emotional overload, stress, being overwhelmed, and even depression. Here's some coping tips that may help. Take time out for yourself. Pray, meditate, take a yoga class, listen to uplifting music, get a massage, learn relaxation techniques, eat a well-balanced meal, eat energy-boosting snacks, limit alcohol and caffeine because they can trigger anxiety and panic attacks. Get enough sleep. This help to maintain your health. Take deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Except you cannot control everything or anybody. Is it really bad as you think? Welcome humor, laugh more. Get involved in volunteering or your community. Learn what triggers your anxiety. Is it work, family, school, or something else? Try to maintain a positive attitude and make an effort to replace your negative thoughts with positive ones. Smile more. One of the books that I kept at my desk at work was by Pastor Joel Osteen, and it was called I Am. And he said, what follows the I Am follows you. Here are some of the declarations that he said to speak over your life. I am blessed. I am healthy. I'm strong. I'm victorious. I'm talented. I'm valuable. I'm motivated. And I am fearfully and marvelously made. If you need additional support with emotional or mental health, please speak to your doctor or a counselor. It is okay to get a checkup from the neck up. Like the Negro College Fund say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Once you get the help you need, you can move to the purpose and plan God has for you. And one day you can say, like the great Maya Angelou, yet still I rise. That's all I have.
Ma'am, that was good. Coach Pam, I'm trying to get my heart right. Y'all know I struggle with that because I got such a big heart. It's because I have such a big heart. It's trying to balance that thing. Coach Pam, that was awesome. That was a word you said. It's okay to get a checkup from the neck up. I like that. That was good. But what was powerful when you talked about Joel Austin's book is when he says, "What follows the I am follows you." Ooh. Yo, did y'all get that?
Yes.
I felt the Holy Spirit, like something just moved up in this. And I was like, ooh, affirmations.
You felt that? You felt that? Yeah.
It helped me. It really helped me to keep it on my desk because sometimes we work in toxic environments or has toxic managers. And you have to remind yourself sometimes constantly who you are.
Who you are. Like who you are and who you have who you've been created to be and how that has already been settled. It's not like it's unfolding as you no ma'am, it's already settled. It was settled before you were even born. That thing was settled. So okay, Coach Pam, don't push me now. You're pushing me. All right. Andrea said she got the Holy Spirit. Y'all pushing tonight.
Connected with you.
Go ahead, girl, preach.
Y'all pushing. Okay. So let me back up. So anybody else? Any comments on Coach Pam's segment? That was powerful. Anybody else have anything you want to share?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Mental health wellness awareness is so long overdue in healing for us.
Yeah.
Community. I think we consider just our current dysfunction and not a generational dysfunction. And I think that having the right mental health counselors, the people that know and understand the years and decades and centuries of our mental health issues really is beneficial to the growth of our community. And I think that, we've been getting there. We've been getting there. COVID has forced us into understanding that everybody at some point is going to go on a mental health journey. It's just how simple or severe is it going to be? All depends on how you're going.
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. You said it best. I can't really add to that, Sherry Monet. That is so true. Coach Pam, I'm so glad that you took time to talk about that and to really give some great tips on what to do, on how to balance it all, how to stay healthy mentally. So that was great. Oh my gosh. Listen. Oh my goodness. I love it. Listeners, I hope that you are enjoying the LoveSeat Podcast. Be sure to comment. We are live, Facebook Live, YouTube, StreamYard. We are live and we want to hear from you. So if there's something that resonates with you or you hear something from one of our co-hosts that you want to chime in or even share, please do, because we're going to definitely show some love your way for tuning in and spending time with us on tonight. Coach Pam, thank you so much for that. I always look forward to your segments, and we got to stay healthy. We definitely have to stay healthy. So it's so important. All right. Now, listeners, this is the time in our show where it's just fun. It's called our Love It or Leave It segment. And, we discuss some topics that we all deal with and face, but we may have a different opinion about. So, if we are for it, we put our hearts up. And if we're not for it, we keep our hearts down. You know what I'm saying? We don't show it any love. But so tonight is really interesting. Ladies, are you all ready for the Love It or Leave It segment?
Cool.
Yes.
Y'all ready. So we're going to talk about, is it appropriate or do you show love by leaving a tip, even if you are doing carry out? So let's say you're not sitting down at the restaurant, you're not dining in, okay? It's one of those nights where, it's like, hey, babe, or it's just you, and you're trying to figure out what we're going to do for dinner, and you make that phone call, and, you put your order in, and they say, all right, it'll be ready in 10 minutes, and you go and pick it up, and they tear that receipt, and then they sit the receipt in front of you, and you sign it, and then it has a place for a tip. Love it or leave it. If you say it's appropriate to leave the tip, even for carry out, put your hearts up. I know, Angela. I'm like, I know. Okay, and Coach Pam, I didn't see half a heart, half a finger. So
it depends. Occasionally, just depends how nice the person is, I guess. So
okay, even for the carry out, depends on how nice they are.
If they have great customer service, I will leave a tip.
Yeah.
If there's not great customer service, no, I'm not leaving a tip.
Really, for carry out.
I think about it from a financial perspective.
Okay, talk to us.
Credit cards to pay for everything. And credit cards, I get rewards points, travel points, miles. I'm always getting more money back from everything that I swipe.
Yeah.
When you go into a restaurant, it's harder because most of them, once they swipe it twice, they'll never take a tip off. So I have to give them cash. And then right on the receipt, I have to give them cash. Whereas when I'm doing carry out, it's all online. So the tip and everything is included. And so for me, that means instead of getting 1.75% on every dollar that I spend just off of the order, now I'm getting it off the tip too. So
okay. That's a good way to think.
Yeah, man.
That's a good way to think about it, Rose. What you had your heart up, so tell me what you thinking.
Well, I believe in tipping, especially if there's good service. Now, if I walk in and they messed up my order and it's not correct, or they have an attitude, then I won't tip. But if I've received good service, I will tip, whether I pick up or I'm sitting down, just because I think of the industry that I'm in. I know how important it is to give good service, but also to be appreciated when you give good service. And so to me, you tip if the service is warranted and if it's good service.
Okay. Yeah. I feel it. I'll say this. I think I did a half of a heart. I don't know what I did. That was some kind of, I don't know what that was. But I have done better with tipping, even if it's carry out. However, I will say I will not tip as high of a percentage if it was versus me dining in. So, it may, so I have gotten better because there was a time I was like 0 and signing. Okay. I have gotten better. And I think that's because of my husband, honestly, because he will tip, even if it's DoorDash or Uber Eats, or we're going to pick up something, he will absolutely say, let's give a tip. But I know for me, it won't be as high of a tip versus if I was dining in. So I'm getting there. All right. Well, listeners, listen, we want to hear back from you. Love it or leave it. When you are doing carry out, do you leave a tip consistently? Do you feel like that is right protocol? That's the right thing to do, to leave a tip? Or do you feel, I'm just picking up my food, no tip is needed? So we want to hear from you. We want to know what you think about that. And we'll be sure to read your thoughts and comments for our next episode. So be sure to chime in because we want to hear from you. Listen, we are ready for marriage and motherhood with Andrea. And so before she comes up, I know we have another event coming up soon that Sherry Monet is going to tell us about.
So this is the She Rises Women's Summit event, and it's going to be held October 8th. From 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. The tickets are only $25. You can register on Eventbrite. You can also reach out to Tracy Green. Her number is 757-737-1052. But a women's summit is always going to be something of a great event. And for me, looking at what Corinda has been able to do with this podcast, I just love the energy that she brings. So I think it's going to be an awesome event to attend. So check it out. Go to set up.
Yes, save the date, ladies. October 8th. Definitely. We are going to be in Virginia strong. So for those of you who are MBA, looking forward to seeing you all. This is going to be an awesome women's summit. So definitely check that out. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry Monet, for giving us more information regarding that. Now, listen, last week, let me tell y'all, this co-host right here, this one right here. Oh, she went all the way in. Okay. Yeah, we talked about it. Yes, we talked about sex, and we talked about what married folks should be doing and should be doing more often, and what the regular should look like. I mean, she went on in. So listen, I'm gonna just hold my LoveSeat Podcast mug real tight, because I don't know. I don't know. But Andrea, the floor is yours. We want to talk about motherhood and marriage. So what do you have for us tonight?
So today I'm going to talk about being a healthy family and what that looks like. So for my family, we really wanted to keep it God-centered. And we make sure that we make time for prayer. We make time to read our word. We worship together as a family. We go to church together as a family. But also setting that mission statement for our family, which for my family is the fruit of the spirits. And it's up in my house, and I review it with my boys. Maybe not every day, but throughout the week, I touch on one of those principles. Love, patient, having peace, being kind, self-control. We talk about one of those every week. And then I just want to touch on husbands and wives, making sure that you're having your connection with God. You're making sure you're doing your devotion and spending that one-on-one time with God, but also making sure you spend time with your spouse, right? Without the kids. There's time where you spend time together as a family, and then there's time where you need to go, just you and your husband, spend time together, making sure you're having affection with your husband, like give him a kiss, a hug, having those conversations. Sometimes me and my husband, we stay up like 11 o'clock at night because we're having these meaningful conversations. And I really think that keeps us connected. Also, as husband and wives, making sure you delegate the work. I hear a lot of moms saying, I do everything for the kids. I think it's important that both spouses sit down, make a list, and say, hey, I'm going to do this for this kid. I'm going to do that for that kid. And then sometimes me and my husband, he might spend 20 minutes with my oldest son. I might spend 20 minutes with my youngest son, and then we switch off. So just making sure you're making time individually for your kids is really, really important. Like my husband and my oldest, they work out together. I don't go out in the workout room, y'all. I stay away from them because they be on a whole nother level. I do like working out, but they on a whole nother level. So make sure you delegate the work, have that conversation. And for the kids, once again, have that mission statement, set the values, teaching them those principles, having those meaningful conversations. Help your kids find their gifts. So what are they really into? What are their hobbies? Both of my kids are very artsy. So, one's into graphic designing. The other one is into drawing pictures. One is, my youngest son is into yoga, playing the keyboard, whereas my other son is into photography. And we really are grounded in their gifts. And then even like when they go to church, my youngest son loves to sing and raise his hand up for the Lord. Whereas my oldest, he's serving coffee in a coffee shop. So just finding their gifts, their purpose, their talents are so, so important. And having those conversations with your kid is going to connect you guys, making time for vacations, having a break away from the everyday life is important. Even if you can't afford a expensive vacation. Me and our family just went to Kansas, y'all. Okay. Went to Kansas. There's nothing in Kansas. We had a good time, like walking around. We went to the park. My husband likes to hike. I don't really like to hike, but hey, I've been. But we found stuff. We, went to the Mexican restaurant, and we stayed in the restaurant, guys, for 4 hours talking. Just talking with our kids. My niece was there, and it was just a good family time. So make sure you establish those family times and making sure you spend individual time with your kids as well. Hope that helps.
Ma'am, did she say ain't nothing in case? Wait.
I had a good time though.
Yes, no, you had a good time. But you know what? I mean, I'm joking, but the bigger picture is, regardless of what that saying or that quote or whatever, or if it was or wasn't, you all, because of the love and the quality time, you all made sure to make that vacation purposeful, right? And so when you showed up, it was something. It was something in Kansas, right? It was hiking. It was 4-hour conversations at restaurants. It was that time where you didn't have to rush and, be back because you got to, get ready for the LoveSeat Podcast. But you know what I'm saying? It was good stuff like that. And so I think that was great. I think, first of all, much love. Much love. That was a great segment. Great segment. And man, you got me with this mission statement. You got me thinking about that.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it for my daughter, like immediately. I was like, oh my God, a mission statement.
Yeah, that was good.
That is so good. That is so good.
Yeah.
Because we're taught in the business world, corporate America, all companies have a mission statement and they have a direction that they're moving in.
Yeah.
And it's written. Some companies make you remember it, and when the CEO walks in, you need to be able to say it line by line.
Yep.
And God should be our CEO, or God is our CEO, so we should be able to read our mission statement about who we are and who we serve and why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah. I just love it.
Ma'am. Yes. Rose, you said that thing. Go ahead, Andrea.
It really does help because, I think out of all of the fruits of the Spirit, all of my family members are very kind-hearted.
Yeah.
I'm always a stickler on that. Like, be kind. Even if somebody's being mean, still show them love, still show kindness. And I can say all 4 of our family members were kind-hearted.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Planting that seed, right? Yeah. And cultivating that seed. Because you got to water that seed. You got to cultivate it, right? You still got to do some stuff to anticipate harvest. Come on, somebody. That's good. Go ahead, Sharon.
I really love how you truly embody womanhood.
Yeah.
Because you understand that you're first a wife. Well, first you were an individual. You're comfortable in who you are. You're very comfortable in who you are. I think that's what makes us on this podcast so great, that we are all so individually confident and cool with who we are. But you, as a young woman who has a strong family connection, and it's because you get that you had to balance being a mother and a wife and not put frustration in it. It's so obvious. Like, even in the pictures that you show, you can read people.
Yeah.
And you can see when people are frustrated. And I can see that picture, like with your husband and his dad and your sons, I can clearly see everybody they had inner peace.
Yeah.
And it's really, and I see why, because the wisdom of what you understand as a woman with a dual role, which we have to understand. We have to give our husbands time. We can't excuse the children for the man, and we can't excuse the man for the children. They all have to have a balance. Or somebody's not going to be happy. Either your kids are not going to be happy with you as your mother, or your husband isn't going to be happy with you as a wife. But you definitely get the balance, and the way that you put it into practice.
It's great. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It is. Yeah. Coach Pam, did you have anything you wanted to say before we move on?
Yes. I just love how you saying that you discovering your children gifts. I just think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
For some people, trying to get their kids to do what they want them to do, but to discover what their purpose and what they enjoy doing, I just think that's a beautiful thing.
I think it is too. Yeah, Andrea, girl. I'm telling you. You bring it every time. You bring it every time. But a powerful
from the bedroom to the kitchen.
The bedroom to the Kansas. Girl, she got you covered. Andrea got you covered. But thank you so much, Andrea. Always an awesome segment. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be working on this mission statement. I'm going to be talking to my husband about that over coffee and chat. So we're going to need to get ready for that. But that's good stuff. Good stuff. So we have to share our mission statements our next show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And listeners, if you're going to take that challenge and work on a mission statement for your household, just your family, your family, or whatsoever, your kids, work on that, and hey, share it with us when we come back for season 2. It'll be a great way to kick off season 2. Let's kick off season 2 with our mission statements. I'm just saying.
Sound good.
Okay. Listen, I think Andrea is going to tell us really quick how you can advertise with us. And so, Andrea, go ahead and share really quickly on that.
So we are the LoveSeat Podcast, and you have the opportunity to advertise for your business or anything that you would like to advertise. We have a rate sheet that have different prices. And listen, go ahead and lock yourself in for season 2 so people know about your business, what you are about. And we can't wait to learn what you are doing in this world. So sign up.
Yes, love it. Absolutely. Thank you. Well, listen, y'all know what time it is. It's Triple R time. Oh my gosh. It's Rose, relationships and religion. She always brings it strong with us. Rose Conte, what do you have for us tonight?
So I'm going to pick up where I left off at with talking about discouragement. And this really goes along with what Coach Pam talked about, renewing the mind as well, because we know that discouragement really starts with a thought process. So we want to kill that thought process of discouragement by just really remembering how God created us. The word discouragement comes from the root word courage. It is the opposite of what we should be doing. We should be living a courageous life. So when we are feeling discouraged, we're feeling like we've lost a little bit of that hope or that faith. It's important for us to go back to the word of God, which tells us that we should be courageous. And we find that in Joshua 1:9, where the Lord tells us, and he tells Joshua, be strong, be courageous. And that's where we should what we should look at in our life and in our world as we're going through those challenges and going through different situations that may make us feel like we're discouraged. The key really to overcoming discouragement and renewing the mind is really God's promises. God has promises that apply to us. And when we look at some of those, some of the promises that God has given us, we find those in there couple really great scriptures like 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. It tells us we are hard pressed on every side, but we're not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed. So God is saying all of those things may happen to us, but we are still victorious. Romans 8:28 tells us, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. He has called us with a purpose and a plan before we were even thought of by our parents. At the beginning, we were thought of and we were loved by him with a purpose and a plan. I love this one, Galatians 6:9. My mother used to say this all the time. Let us not be weary in doing good or doing well. For at a proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Discouragement, when it settles in, it gives you a feeling, you feel like you want to just give up. You feel like you're losing hope. You feel like everything that happened in the past will remain the same. But our past does not have to define our destiny. Joshua 1:9 it says, I have not commanded you. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So no matter what your situation may look like, God will always be there and be there for you and with you. So I want to give a couple of tips on just how to fight that feeling of discouragement. The first one is you want to manage your expectations. Discouragement often happens because we are expecting more than really what we should be. And most of the time, that's out of people. We're expecting people to do something that's not even within their realm. Sometimes it's not within their ability or within their wheelhouse. And so we launch with these expectations that someone's going to do something for us that they're not able to do. And then we become discouraged. We become dismayed because we're looking for something in all the wrong places or out of the wrong people. This is one that I can deal with. I can honestly say I deal with a lot, is let go of perfectionism. Stop being so hard on yourself. You know, sometimes you just have to say it is what it is. Or I like to say at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
God didn't create us to be perfect. He didn't create us to be perfect. What he did do is he created us after him and for us to live a life as closely as we can to God. But he didn't call for us to be perfect. That's why he sent his son on the cross to die on the cross for us, so that we don't have to be perfect, but we can go to him and repent, ask for forgiveness, ask for wisdom and guidance, and build that relationship with Christ. Stop comparing yourself to others. Okay, stay off of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of that, looking at other people, wishing you had their life or comparing your life to theirs. What life you're leading and what journey you have is your journey and your journey alone. Focus on the big picture. Okay, this is really hard for most people because we only see what's in front of us, but God sees what's ahead of us. And so when we focus on God and we keep our vision and our sight on him and in his word and living out his principles, then we're able to see that it's not what we're seeing right in front of us that we should focus on, that we should be focusing on God's will and purpose for our life, which is always greater than what we see. The next one is spend your time around empowering people. So Ms. Sherry said this earlier, we should surround ourselves with people that are like-minded, whether it's money, whether it's family structure, whether it's our relationship with Christ. We want to spend time with people that are going to empower us to be better, to do better, to live better. And that's on the same journey that we're on, that's going to uplift us, that's going to keep us encouraged. Let yourself rest. Sometimes it's okay to just give yourself a break and say, I just need to rest. Talk to a mentor, coach, person that you trust, someone that you can actually be who you are. And when you're feeling discouraged, you can say that. I feel discouraged. I feel down. I feel like I missed the mark here. Lean towards your passion and your purpose. Really find out what your purpose and your passion is and lean towards that. Feeling discouraged does not have to be a lifelong path. It is only something that should happen. I feel it and then I let it go. So I hope these 10 little tips help for you to let go of that feeling of discouragement or when you feel dismayed.
Ma'am, 10, did she say 10 little? Wait, I'm gonna get it together. Did she say 10 little? These 10 little? No, those were 10 huge, awesome tips, big tips, needed tips, necessary tips. That was awesome. You know, Rosa Conte, I love that, we end with you because, you put that bow and she puts that ending touch on our show and has a way of bringing that thing all together. Have you sitting down like, man, okay, yeah, I need that. I totally need that. And I like the scriptures that you talked about. Galatians 6:9 is truly one of my favorites. Romans 8:28, all of them are great. And I think that, we have to challenge ourselves to, what is our go-to scripture? Because there's some promises now, lots of promises. Lots of promises. And so what is the scripture that you go to that resonates with you, that you keep in front of you, that you have memorized, that's, connected to your heart, regardless of the storm? And so, Rose, thank you for bringing it strong tonight. What a great way when we, are bringing season 1 to a close to give so many great tips, to give that encouragement, because we know sometimes we do get discouraged. All of us get discouraged, but to bring forth those tips and to top it with scripture, ma'am, you brought it tonight. I love it. Ladies, anybody have anything else you want to say, a comment regarding Rose's segment? I thought it was powerful.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I did, definitely. I liked how you said it might not be in a person's wheelhouse. I think that was super key for me to hear. Sometimes you do feel like, you have these expectations of how somebody should respond, but you don't really look at it from their perspective, because you know what you're able to forgive and what you're able to be willing to do to move past any negativity with a person. But you don't know what, when you look at it from the other person's perspective, they may not care. Some people hold grudges for years.
Yeah.
Always. I like that part. When you understand that, then you can just forgive them and keep it moving. Yeah, it's not their wheelhouse. It's not saying I'm going to will myself to forgive her, even though I don't want to. I like that. I think that was powerful.
Very powerful. Coach Pam, do you want to say something?
Yes, I liked all of it. You did pull it together. I mean, you even pulled some of the stuff I said. You just brought it all together. I love stop comparing, because that was one of my struggles, comparing yourself to other people, but you don't know what those people been through. So, you need to stay on your path, stay focused on what God has called you to do. And I think that can help a lot of people.
Absolutely. And, I'm glad that you reminded us to rest, that rest is good. It's okay. It's okay to rest. It's okay to rest. So I'm glad that you brought that point home with so many others, and, focus on the big picture. That was good, because as you said, Rose, sometimes we can just see what's right there in front of us. But sometimes, and I've been doing this, you have to see, my girlfriend says this, Bonnie, you have to see with the end in mind. You got to see with the end in mind. What does that look like? What is that vision? What is that expectation? And hold on to that, One of the devotions that I do, the bishop, he always says, hold on and hold out. Okay. Hold on and hold out. So good stuff, Rose. Yes. Love it. Thank you so much. Great way to end season 1. Listen, we are just about out of time, but a couple of announcements. I do want to say, if you have not purchase your copy of Perfect Patty Messed Up Devotional, I want to encourage you to get that. You can find it on Amazon. Rose in her segment talked about, really moving out of this perfectionism and learning how to say, hey, it is what it is sometimes. You understand? And so this devotional, it's a 40-day devotional. It is my latest book. And it talks about how to embrace your mistakes and how to move forward gracefully, because you can. You absolutely can. So, hey, we're in the summer months. Great summer read. Please be sure to get that. Again, it's on Amazon. Just put in Perfect Patty Messed Up and you'll get it. I mean, by tomorrow. You order it tonight, it'll be at your doorstep by 6:00 p.m. I'm just saying. Get the book. You will want to get the book. Hey, yes, we're partying. And listen, Andrea has an event coming up. I want us to be sure to support that if you are available. This is a virtual event. Saturday, July 30th at 9:30 a.m. If you are available, this is the Maximize Life event, virtual event, virtual conference. So please be sure, the number is on the screen, 980-245-6711, to call to get more information, to get your tickets, secure your space. Because, hey, it's time to upgrade, ladies. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm saying to all of my ladies. It's time to upgrade. So be sure to support Andrea and all these other wonderful women who are a part of this platform. Ladies, we brought it strong tonight. We are out of time. I think our producer Ron will be pretty happy. I mean, we getting ready to close up shop. Ron, we did it. Listen, we are out of time, but we are never out of love. But before we sign off, I want to tell you all, please be ready for season 2. We will kick off season 2 September the 19th. Monday, September the 19th, we'll kick off season 2. So be ready for it. Come with your mission statements. Co-hosts, come with your mission statements. That's how we're going to kick off season 2. And also, if you want to advertise your business, this is the time to reach out to advertise with us. Kick off season 2 with us. Be sure to connect with us. Again, we are taking a break for August. This is our last season, or the last season 1 show of the podcast. We hope that you have enjoyed all of the information that we have provided for you. I know I've enjoyed it. I know my co-hosts have enjoyed it. Yes. And so, watch a replay in the month of August so you can gear up and be ready for season 2. Thank you again to our producer, Ron, for holding us down for season 1. Thank you again to my beautiful co-hosts, Sherry Monet, Andrea Hayes, Rosa Conte, and Coach Pam. Hey, thank you so much to my wonderful co-hosts. Be sure to follow us all on our social media handles. And once again, this is your girl, Corinna Dion. I have just enjoyed being your host, and I can't wait to see what season 2 holds. Remember to keep your heart up, just because we love you, but God loves you more. Remember, until next time, to love yourself freely, fully, and unconditionally.